Hi there, my name is Pam Valera, and I heard about rice heating many years ago because my nephew wife is Calvin and Kelly's daughter. So I knew about rice for many years and had personal contact from time to time with both Calvin and Kelly. Dear, nice people, appreciate them. In any event, to actually have come to the moment in time to call rice. Last year there was a terrible heat wave, and nobody in the field, in that field of business, seemed to be available. I know I called a couple of people locally here. Ultimately ended up calling rice. They sent their man out. The schedule was really tight, but he came out, took a look at the old hunk of junk that I had hanging on my wall at that time, and took care of the problem, advising me that it wasn't going to last, but for the stopgap moment, it would work. And I very much appreciated that. He was an excellent guy, appreciated him, and we had some kind of nice, friendly conversation. My husband Lou was here, and they began to banter a bit, and they both speak Spanish, so we had some fun that way too. In any event, that was my first experience with rice in a business professional way, and I sure appreciated their service. Well, I have explained. That was last year. I can move up to this year, where I called rice heating because following Ron's visit here to meet the need at the moment, he said, your system's pretty old here. He says, maybe I'll just take a quick look up in your attic and see what you got going on there. So he did that, and he said, the whole system looks pretty much like it's on its last legs. How about after things settle down, we come out and just take a look at it for you and give you our thoughts on the continued lifespan. So we thought that was a great idea, no charge. Again, good service. So out came Ron with Calvin a few weeks later. Up in the attic they went, and they were up there quite a long time. Anyway, dear Calvin Rice, the company owner, came down to tell me this isn't going to last. It's at the 25-year mark. It's just a shooting of the dice to see, will it take you through the summer again? Will it take you through the winter? And he said, I'll give you a formal bid. I have a couple of ways I can go about that for you. But he said it's really something you must seriously think about, so that suddenly, particularly in winter, you don't have heat. That would be sorrowful. So anyway, he did as he said. He also made a recommendation for a great improvement, which I very much appreciated and which we took advantage of. And a year later, meaning very currently now, Rice Heating and Cooling came out and installed a brand new system for us, upgraded, updated, best of the best, and boy, are we pleased. Just couldn't be happier. I would recommend using rice heating for this whole conversation worth of compliments, which are true, which are honest, which are valid. And they came out, they put that system in. The fellow that worked that time was Todd, a very nice young man. It took, 3.5, 4 days to complete the job. But I'm telling you, they arrived when they said they would arrive. They stayed steady with the work, just constantly up and down the ladders. up in the attic, down on the floor, etc., etc. Got the installation done. Again, I just thought it would take, come over in the morning and leave in the afternoon. I didn't realize how involved it was, but nevertheless, excellent workmanship, excellent personalities and character of the people. I would like to add that within a few weeks, Calvin had advised me that there would be an inspection needed, and the inspector would be calling to make an appointment. And sure enough, that took place. We set up the appointment. The young man came out. I say young man, but actually he has done inspection work for 30 years. So he has a great deal of experience under his belt, not only inspecting, but with knowing different installers, different products, etc. Very knowledgeable, nice young man. In any event, one of the early on questions that he asked me is, who installed your system for you? And I said, Rice Heating and Cooling. He says, oh, they're the best. He said, I'm sure we won't have any problems here. And away he went on his inspection tour. I didn't realize how beady, eagle-eyed they have to be. He was down on his knees. He was looking at the connections. He was looking at the wrappings. He was asking me questions. He was going up in the attic. Of course, I couldn't see him up there because I didn't want to go up in the attic. So he came down and he says, everything's great, everything's perfect. And he said, signing off, and thanks for the time to say how do you do. So away he went. So not only my recommendation, but because of what the inspector said. I thought that was really just over the top, really and truly. So thank you very much. Appreciate the interview. I just wanted to add a little PS because something very over-the-top excellent happened for us. The home was actually built in 1971. But this very large room was added about 20 years ago. In any event, when Calvin was up in the attic assessing the old system, which was over 25 years old and pretty much on its last legs and not so efficient anymore, he made a recommendation which has been an invaluable asset to the heating and cooling of this room, which was added, but again for the whole overall working of the unit for the whole house, keeping things even. He suggested installing for a very reasonable, little bit extra price, a ductwork that would bring heat and air directly into this large room. What a wonderful, wonderful idea. So we said yes right away to that. And having used it now, mostly in the air conditioning way because we were close to the summertime when we got the installation, but have used it for heat as well. It is excellent. And I know in the long run, it's not only going to add the greater comfort and evenness of heating throughout the whole home, but it's saving us money because we're just having the one unit so highly functional that we don't keep it running 24/7. It's just wonderful. So I wanted to add that PS because I think that was above and beyond and I very much appreciate it. So thank you.